How was board studying, Carl?
I'll tell you how board studying is. It's exactly like Castaway, except for the fact that I have food, shelter, clothing, a hot shower that I rarely used. Everything else was the same. And of course, you have a survival manual. Other than that, same principles. No human contact. Also, just no human communication. I didn't hang out with my boys. I didn't call my boys. I didn't even text my boys. I didn't even text random girls. I was barely even seen at the gym. At the gym. There was no communication. It was just me and a football that I talked to because it just happened to be sitting in the room. Just me and a study cave of focus.
Would you talk to your family?
Not by choice, but when you start getting voicemails like, "Are you still alive?" I guess I have to answer. So it was basically like, "Yes, Mom, I'm alive. Did you get the flowers I sent you on Mother's Day? What did the card say? That's right, don't call me until these things are dead." Oh, they're dead already.
What was your typical day, Carl?
It was a half day of first aid, half day at Q Bank, and a full day of me talking to myself.
How'd you manage to stay awake and focused?
Simple. Caffeine pills and energy crystal light. The crystal light is only about 60 milligrams of caffeine. So you have to sprinkle it onto a mirror, cut it up with your review micro cards, and snort it directly into your brainstem. Then, after your tolerance builds up to that, you have to start making quick trips to Blue Max. And you do the same thing with coffee grounds, except after the baristas.
So you have no distractions?
I didn't. For a certain amount of time, there were some sparrows that were chirping in my air conditioner, but I took out my machete and went Hotel Rwanda on them, and then I was able to focus a little bit better.
Why do you have a machete?
Simple. Emergencies, camping, when my phone's dead and I still want to play Fruit Ninja.
How'd you get through it?
It wasn't easy. The biggest tip is the diet. There's just certain things that you need. 1, ramen noodles, yogurt, cheese sticks, other canned soups, but you can't go through. I was eating beef barley. Beef barley, I didn't even take the time to look for chikorina. And the key, as you would notice, to this diet is that nothing takes long. Cannot take any more time away from studying than you need to. Having a diet like this, of course, along with all the caffeine that goes in with it, has its consequences. So it wasn't so much a matter of what was going in as much as what happened when it came out. Basically, every third day I had to put on a helmet and get ready for war. It essentially got to the point where I was putting stirrups up against my bathroom wall and just gearing up for what's gonna be a long one. Oh, there was blood. Yeah, every night, same battle. And then one time, I definitely lost. Middle of a test, you get the feeling, you try to fight through, you're losing focus, pause the test, go in. There was cloggage, there was water up to my knees, the landlord's maintenance man knocking on my door, people below me getting flooded. That counts as a loss. Summer wasn't even part of my vocabulary. You start processing it, summer, loading, some Somoma bodies. That's all that registers. And that's basically the basis of the test, is just figuring out ways to memorize a bunch of one-line information that you can't wrap around. Teratoma. I think I'm going to be one for Halloween, actually. I can't think of anything scarier or funnier than a teratoma. A hairball with teeth, brain tissue, maybe a little kneecap sticking out over there, snaggletooth, maybe got a little lazy eye floating across in the distance. Those things are wild, man. And they can think. For example, here we go. Prader Willie. More like praise that he had a Willie. Fragile X. Oh, don't worry, Prader Willie. Fragile X has some balls to spare. Actually, it's pretty impressive, Fragile X. Maybe I have like a Fragile X, the Italian version that's benign, but there's some similarities there. Or, Mullerian agenesis. Mullerian duct abnormalities result in anatomical defects that may present as primary amenorrhea in females with fully developed secondary sexual characteristics. Did you hear that? When can we start mass production? Are you telling me no periods, no risk of pregnancy, but fully developed?
Can you think of something better today?
What was your daily schedule?
It's all about the study schedule. You have to have one or you will die.
6:15, wake up. 6:16, breathe in. 6:18, sing the first song that comes to your head as you get up. See, I just went from 6:16 to 6:18. It's too much time breathing, that needs cut down. There's not enough study time. 6:20, crack open 3 eggs. 6:21, don't drink the eggs, you are not Rocky. 10:27, do 3 sets of 10 dumbbell curls, grunting every 4th curl. 1300, army time. Getting serious, it's boot camp. Study cardio from first aid. Sundown o'clock, study cardio from Q-Bank.
For the second years, what pointers would you give them right now?
First off, for diet. If you can't cook it in a microwave, it's off the menu. Forget about it. Second, eliminate anything that takes extra time, such as laundry. You could do the Dom routine where for 2 months you don't leave your apartment, therefore you do not require clothes, therefore you do not wear clothes. Isolation. I was once contemplating going to Dominican University to study, but then I knew I'd be too distracted with all that grade A walking around. Fourth, you gotta have fun with it. Apply the material, make funny things. Time for a quick farm joke? Sell a cox of blocks, cox 2. That's what N said. And lastly, board studying progression is all measured in facial hair length. If your beard isn't the worst it's ever been, which also means the best because it's the longest, thickest, most disgusting thing you've ever seen, then you haven't been studying right, and you need to check yourself. You're only going to destroy and tear that test apart if you look like a character that can tear anything apart.
So, basically going to end here by saying best of luck studying. If you're grooming and eating properly, you're probably not doing it right. And hang in there. It's only the worst time of your life.